Alright, today we are going to go over how to determine if we have a right triangle, and we're actually going to go over the different types of triangles. So the different types of triangles are right triangle, which is any triangle that has a right angle, which we will go over in a bit what that is. And then we have an obtuse triangle, which is bigger, which has one angle that is more than 90 degrees. So a right angle is 90 degrees. An obtuse angle is one that is more than 90. And so that would be an obtuse triangle has one obtuse angle. And then an acute triangle has three acute angles. Now, the three angles of any triangle adds up to 180. Just by definition, if it is a triangle, and if all of the sides connect, then the angles will be 180 degrees added up. So, let's look at the first one. Now, the first one is a right triangle, because this right here is a right angle. And you can think about a right angle as an angle that is basically like the corner of a rectangle or square is a right angle. So if this corner looks like the corner of a rectangle or square, these lines are perpendicular to each other, so they create a right angle here, then this is a right triangle. Now, if this is 90 degrees, that means that these two, whatever they are, they have to add up to another 90, right? Because all of them, all of the angles, all three angles in a triangle have to add up to 180, and since 90 plus 90 is 180, these two have to add up to the other 90. Now, so this is a right triangle, okay? So now let's look at this one. Now, we have an acute angle here and an acute angle here. And I know that they're acute because they're under 90. And remember, we can remember acute and obtuse. And acute is like a cute little angle. So it's a cute little angle. It's smaller than 90. And obtuse is like a tuba, like a big tuba. Obtuse is bigger. Okay, so we can look at this angle right here, and we have to figure out, I know that it's not a right angle. It doesn't look like a right angle, but is it an acute or obtuse angle? Now, if I were, sometimes what I like to do is I like to think what a right angle would be from this line right here, or any line in the triangle, but this line is easy. So a right angle, I feel like, that would be perpendicular to this would be somewhere around there, maybe. So this would be about a right angle. And since this line is not inside here, that means that this is bigger than a right angle, and this would be obtuse. So this is an obtuse triangle, because this angle is obtuse. Okay? Now, an acute angle, if I were thinking about what a right angle would be, I can see that this is acute because for this line right here, if I were to make a right angle with it, then this angle is inside that angle. So since it's inside between these two lines, that means that it has to be under 90 degrees. Number 3, let's look at number 3. This right here looks like the corner of a square or a rectangle. So this is a right triangle because this is a right angle. I don't even have to look at these two angles. I know that they're acute, but it doesn't really matter because this is a right triangle because this is a right angle. Now, if there's ever a square at the corner of an angle, that means that it is a right angle. Now, usually, if it's not a right angle, they'll kind of have these curved semicircle type things. But a right angle is going to have a square. All right, so let's look at this one. Are there any right angles? Nope. Are there any obtuse angles? And it doesn't look like it, because right here, if we were going to go right angle from this bottom line, would be somewhere around there. It's not, I know my lines are not perfect, but this angle is inside the right angle, so that is acute. And if I were to try to make a right angle with this line, it would be somewhere around, I don't know. I apologize for my inaccuracies, but this angle is clearly an acute angle. It's smaller or thinner than a 90-degree angle. So this is an acute triangle. Okay? And looks like this one is the same. Now this this one looks not too far off from a right angle. It's a right angle would probably be somewhere around there. So it's somewhat close to a right angle, but even close is still an acute. This is also an acute. This is also an acute. So all three of those angles are acute. So that means the triangle is acute. And let's see this one. So we have an acute angle here, an acute angle here, and then this looks like the corner of a rectangle or square. So this is a right angle. Okay, so hopefully this helped clear up a couple things for you guys.